Okay, I have my next book. I am going to be reading Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism. I'm really excited for this one. I wanted something, I just finished Love Redesigned, so I wanted a non-romance book. But this one looks really good, and Molly Ringwald has a very positive review of this book. It's on the front, up top. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And I'm just really interested to see where this goes. So, updates to come. This is such a tiny detail, but I think it's really crazy. They literally are like name dropping celebrities. That this lady Tasha was involved in a cult, and she was like a cult like trainer, kind of like not super high up, but she would like lead yoga lessons, whatever. Name dropping celebrities that would go to her classes in Malibu, and it's Demi Moore, Russell Brand, Owen Wilson, and Adrian Brody. And that's so crazy to me that they just can like name drop. Not that it's bad or anything, but I think it's so crazy. They're just like, yeah, here you go. Here's who was like attending. I don't know, wild. Okay, so Tasha also said that something like cults do is, which this isn't like revolutionary, everyone kind of knows this, but it made me think about like tied to my linguistics classes, that cults, the language they use is kind of makes you feel part of something. Like I said, that's not like revolutionary, but it's kind of making me think about when we talk about slang and how the whole point of slang is to kind of keep things within your group. Like, for example, Gen Z, they don't want to be included alongside like old people. They don't want boomers to know what they're talking about. So they have like their own slang. That's like whenever we hear like a boomer say slang, it's kind of like just kind of icky and gross because we don't want them to be part of that group. So even like on a smaller scale, like obviously I'm not saying it's a cult, but I'm saying on a smaller scale, like it makes sense. Well, that would also apply to cults. It's like you feel like you're part, the same way I feel like I'm part of Gen Z whenever I'm like on social media and I like understand what's being said. It's like whenever you're in a cult and you're using this language, like it's kind of the same feeling. So, like I said, it's not revolutionary, but I'm having to like put it into, because I've never been in a cult, it's harder to understand like how someone would fall for it. And this is kind of the point Amanda's making, is like it's actually not that hard to understand if you like liken it to things in your own life. Part 4 is about multi-level marketing companies, so MLMs. What?
I said, geez Louise.
Part 5 covers cult fitness studios. So like oh, they were talking about, oh, what's it called? Why am I blanking on what it's called? No. CrossFit. And then part 6 is social media gurus. So that's kind of what each section is. So I've just finished part 2, but I will let you know if anything happened. It's very so like I said, it was just kind of explaining like what happened in Jonestown, and I was like actually doing some like outside research, because I mean I had obviously heard about it, but I didn't know that much, so it was really cool to learn about. I am on page 98, making good progress. I'm really enjoying this. It's super interesting. So like the first, I think there's like 5 sections. The first one is just like general, like kind of almost an introduction, like laying out what's going to be talked about, kind of the basics. And then the first section is about like traditional cults, like the ones that have turned deadly. So looking specifically at Jonestown, and then the other one, I can't remember the name, but mainly Jonestown, and the language that they used to to convince these people to join and other stuff. They're so weird. I can't escape them. But, and then the next section is, I can't find exact. Oh, I'm getting away from her. Let's see. I found, so part 2 is notorious suicide cults like Jonestown and Heaven's Gate. Part 3 is controversial religions like Scientology and Children of God. Okay, I am on page 140. So, like, basically halfway done. I think it's like 180 pages. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. I have an early morning because we're flying home tomorrow. So sad. But I wanted to give a quick update. I am really liking it. Right now, I finished the section on this, like the dangerous cults that lead to suicide. And I am on to cults like Scientology and stuff where, Scientology, and we haven't mentioned any others, but it's really interesting. It's a little bit more, like, I don't know. It's not quite what I was expecting, but in a good way. I'm really enjoying it. Like, we're talking about all the different terms they use in Scientology, and it's like kind of crazy. I didn't realize that the founder, the Hubbard guy, had made a whole conlang, like, constructed language for, which, fun fact, I made my own conlang in college. I digress. But he made a whole, what, Maria? I did.
No, I just want to hear about it.
Oh, my conlang?
Yeah.
So there's obviously, this is so off topic, but like English has sounds, but there are sounds that aren't in like American English.
Yeah.
So I had to pick a certain amount of sounds outside of the English language, and then there are like rules on how you can put the sounds together, and I had to pick certain rules. So like,
Was this an assignment? Or did you just do this for fun?
no, it was like a class project. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
So like,
That's why I was confused. I was like,
yeah, so you like pick all the different rules, and then you had to make like your own dictionary. It was like a big assignment. Anyway, that's like off topic.
sorry.
But oh no, I like talking about it. But yeah, that's really crazy how many were like. Also, his is like kind of weird because he just takes like English words and gives them a new definition. So it's like not really the same thing as what I did, where I don't know. Mine was more complicated, but whatever. He just was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the word tech and give it a new definition. And you're like, okay. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I am excited to go to bed. Right now, I give this 5 stars. Like, it's a little bit more like, I don't know how to explain it. I kind of thought it would be more like technical writing, and it's a little bit more like narratively driven than I thought. Not completely, just like there are like storytelling of like she had her own run-in with Scientology, so she talks about that. But I kind of thought it would be more like just like straight up analysis, but this is like keeping me into it and giving me something to like follow, which is nice. So I'm going to bed. I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow because I want to start another book on the flight. So I want to get this done on the way to the airport, and then like at the airport, and then maybe I can start another book on the plane. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but we'll see.
Airport's only like 10 miles away. You might be
Ugh.
able to get it done like while we're waiting.
Yeah, because our bus leaves at 8:30, and our flight's not till noon. So hopefully by the time like we go through security and everything, we'll have a ton of time where I can just read. Like I said, it's not too long. It is taking me a little bit longer, just because there's so many footnotes that are also really interesting and that I want to like read. And then also there's a lot of like, obviously there's a lot of like non-English words, like cult words. I don't know if that makes sense, but like where they'll like merge different abbreviations and like make new words. So like it's one of those things where like it takes a little bit more brain power just to like read through those words that I don't already have in my noggin up here. But I'm still like flying through it just in a different way, if that makes sense. But yeah, like I said, updates to come tomorrow. We'll see if I can get it done. I officially finished Cultish. It was really good. I give it 5 stars. I finished it on the plane, so I didn't get it done before like I wanted to. I finished it on the plane, so we're on to the next. Okay, I'm home now, and it's been like 36 hours since I finished the book. And now that I'm not in public, I wanted to like give the ending it deserved, because I was kind of like a little embarrassed, so I've been quiet. But I really enjoyed it. Towards the end, it started kind of dragging for like, what she did is she started with like the extreme and then kind of worked her way towards more like everyday things. So she ended with like workout clubs and classes and stuff, and like and workout instructors, and how sometimes they take advantage of their following, like they get like a weird cult following, and that whole thing. That I kind of started to lag for me, just like for it, I didn't find it as interesting as like some of the other stuff, which I think is kind of the point, like because it's so everyday, we're used to it. But I give it a 5, like absolutely. I thought it was so interesting. It kept my attention the whole time. I flew through. I was at the airport and people were going to talk to me, and I like looking back, I was probably being like really rude, but I wasn't trying to. I was just like facing a book, and I was with like a group of 7 of us, and I just was like not talking to anyone. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. At the beginning I was kind of taking notes, just because I thought really good points, and there were so many things where like it tied in from things that I had learned in college. I literally graduated like a month ago, but I'm like back when I was in college, back in my day. But yeah, I was so many times where I'm like, oh my gosh, like we learned about something similar, or you know what I mean, and that was really fun. And then also like I kept thinking of like real life other examples, like I don't know, it's just really cool. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I'm already gonna make my mom read it. I already told her she has no choice. So bye.